Oh my God. I feel a burp in there. It just doesn't want to come out. That's bad. Hey everybody, welcome to Last Call Garage, episode 12.5. I'm Samir.
And I'm Wayne.
And it's just the two of us, because everyone's had a long week, I guess, and the show must go on, right? Hey, you may be thinking to yourself, if you listened to 2 weeks ago at this point, wait, it was episode 11. What happened to episode 12? Why is this 12.5? It's because we did an episode last week and it didn't go well and we just didn't put it out. So yeah, it's okay. You didn't miss out much. It was just all about Wayne and what he likes, which is
it's pretty disturbing, but
I was gonna say nothing. I wasn't gonna go with disturbing, but okay.
But maybe it'll come out.
Yeah, we'll keep it in our pockets for a little bonus episode eventually, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Wayne, how was your week?
It's been pretty busy. I was off Monday and Tuesday, and busy but interesting. Lots to learn.
Busy but interesting. Interesting in like a business perspective, or like interesting like you're learning new things, kind of interesting, or like interesting like interesting.
Interesting that I'm learning stuff, but also interesting.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, that's kind of how it is when you start learning new things about a business, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no business perfect, so whatever. It is what it is. My week was pretty cool, I guess. No, it wasn't. It sucked. I have had no time this week. I've been ridiculously busy, and I've had zero time to do what I want to do. And I very stupidly started a project in the middle of the week and tried to finish by tomorrow. And I would say I'm probably like a solid
there we go.
Couple of hours away from doing it. And as of right now, it's 8:49. So I don't think I'm gonna finish by Saturday.
What's this project?
I decided I wanted to fix every problem that existed with the Mark II.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so right now the headers are off. All the studs are off of the cylinder head for the exhaust manifold. Intake manifold's off, and my exhaust is all disconnected. And I'm gonna plug the holes in the firewall. Oh, and the front bumper's off, and I'm changing that. And the radiator's not hooked up.
Nice. How does she sound?
It's fucking terrible. This all started because I finally decided I'm gonna put that fucking radiator in my car. You know, the one I got in like January.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, shit, since I'm in there, I might as well change my front bumper over to the new one that I have. And I was like, I'm doing all this big work. I might as well cover the holes in the firewall. Oh, but if I'm back there, I might as well change the studs for the exhaust so it stops leaking. And so I got all the parts I needed, and I got the bumper off the bumper support yesterday. The radiator's in. I had to make custom brackets for the radiator because I didn't realize it wasn't the same as a stock Mark II radiator. And so that took up a whole day. I bought all the hardware I needed for my exhaust because I was redoing a bunch of shit. Didn't even get to that. Also, my brother, when he moved out, took the slim, the low pro jack from Harbor Freight. So I'm stuck with the little tiny fucking like bottle jack. And so my car doesn't really go high enough for me to fit underneath that well. So I'm sitting there with my arms straight up, just feeling for whether the wrench is on the bolt that I need to get off. It was terrible.
You couldn't just go to Jamil's house, pick it up?
Nah, I'm not that committed. No, it's just like, I got a jack here, I'll do it, I guess. And the only way that I could have got more height out of it was to put like, so I couldn't. The jack is maxed out right now. Like this is as high as I could get it to go. I had to take the metal. I don't know what you call it. You know the toppers on a jack stand. You can pull them out.
Mhm.
I had to pull that out for the jack stand to fit. It is not high at all. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll put a piece of wood under it so I can get that car higher, right? My car is too low and the ball jack sits just below the sill. So I can't get a piece of wood in there. Unless I pull the car onto a piece of wood, but then I'd need a bigger piece of wood. Otherwise I wouldn't go any higher.
Sounds like a lot of problems.
Yeah, and my girlfriend was just like, "Oh, you're gonna teach me I'm gonna get to drive stick on Saturday. I really want you to drive that car." And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna finish by Saturday then." She was like, "Okay, cool, but you're still coming over Tuesday and Thursday, right?" I was like, I guess so." They got to like yesterday, and I was like, "I don't have time for this. I need to go work on my car." I got home at like 9:20 last night.
Nice.
Straight to working on the car, and I was down there till like 10:30, and I was like, "Yeah, it's too late. I'm gonna fucking pass out right now." I hated it. I hate it. I'm probably not even gonna be done by like Sunday.
It's gonna be done. The exhaust is not even like your header is gonna be on. Exhaust not gonna be on, but it's fine. It runs.
I bought a new so my cat to mid pipe section is a 3-bolt flange, and I actually never really knew the size of it. I bought this. Yeah, I bought this as on a whim. It's a 2¼ inch 3-bolt gasket. I've never known what size it is because it's the exhaust that came on the car. I just guessed. It happens to be the exact same size as when I took off the car, but I don't know if you can tell. Look at that fucking solid black line at the bottom of it. That thing never fucking sealed down there. But it's the perfect size, so I got lucky.
Now you just gotta make sure it seals.
Yeah, and I pulled the exhaust manifold gasket, and like one of the ports was just all black, like front and back, just completely black. It's like I have so many exhaust leaks in that car, it's ridiculous.
But now there won't be any because you're gonna fix them all.
Fucking fingers crossed, right? I'll be right back. Give me like 2 seconds. Got it. Are you eating dinner right now, Wayne?
No, I'm eating chips.
Oh, what kind of chips are you eating?
Sour cream and onion.
Are those green onions on the side?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess I just never noticed that sour cream and onion is sour cream and green onions. It's interesting. What? Okay. Give me your favorite chip flavor of all time. Give me top 3.
Jalapenos.
That's a good
Jalapeno
one.
chips.
Yeah.
Honey barbecue is one of the other ones.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Third one will be hard. Vinegar chips.
Ah, man, vinegar chips are delicious.
Yeah.
So do you prefer savory chips, spicy chips, or like salty chips? Because you got them. You got literally like all 3 of them in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of depends. If I was gonna choose one, it'll probably be spicy chips, the jalapeno chips.
Interesting.
And then second choice will be the salt and vinegar one. Yeah, but having too much salt and vinegar gets a little bit too vinegary. And it makes everything else.
If I had to live the rest of my life eating only one kind of chip, it would be either salt and vinegar or pickles. Pickle chips are fucking delicious.
Pickles are nice.
I love like salty shit. Whenever we make fried rice at home, I'll like take my plate or like my serving of fried rice and I'll sprinkle more salt on it. Fried rice is already salty, but it needs to be saltier.
Saltier. What's your favorite brand of chip?
Ooh, that's tough. My favorite pickle chips ever, and probably quite possibly my favorite chips ever, were this Trader Joe's brand of spicy pickle chips that they only had for like a year and they got rid of it. I don't know where it went. But I think second to that, maybe Kettle. Kettle's pretty good. I like pretty much all of it.
Kettle's good.
Yeah. They have this bourbon barbecue, which is different than their Kentucky barbecue.
The country style one?
No, it's literally just called bourbon barbecue. I don't think it's country style.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, that one's really good. I like that. I don't like barbecue chips that much, but that one's up there.
This bourbon barbecue one, it's on Amazon. It's only 89 cents for a 5 ounce.
That's ridiculous. But this 5 ounces is a little tiny baby one.
Yeah, but the shipping is $8.72. So, does that mean that you'll have to like order a lot?
Yeah, order in bulk.
Yeah. Like how does that work?
So what's your favorite brand of chips then?
Miss Vicky's for the salt and vinegar.
Miss Vicky's is good.
Yeah. And then Kettle for their jalapeno.
Yeah. Do you like Takis?
Yes. But not so much for the flavor's good, but not so much for like the actual tortilla chip.
Yeah. I think it's a little weird that they went with the tortilla based chip, but Takis are decent. We found, I don't know if you've seen these, there's blue Takis.
Yeah. They're like the spicier version of it, I think.
I have no idea. My girlfriend has been dying to try them, but she didn't want to buy a big bag of Takis, so we've been on a slight hunt for a small bag. We fucking found some yesterday. We found some yesterday at like a random Lucky that we went to, and we have yet to try them, but I'm interested.
Yeah, because I'm on the Takis website. It goes from the Fuego one, which is what we see everywhere, and then they have the Nitro, which is 1 part habanero, 1 part lime.
Is that the blue one?
No, that's the red one.
Red one. What's the green one?
The green one is crunchy fajita tortilla chip. And then the guacamole one. And then the blue one is, the description says, some legends say that blue flame burns the hottest of all.
Yeah, what I need to know is the chip actually blue?
I think so.
Because that is
yeah, because the guacamole one is green.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can have a blue chip and like why is that a thing? There's a lot of things that shouldn't be blue, and chips are definitely one of them. Like it doesn't make any type of sense. But I don't know, maybe they're fucking delicious. We'll see.
Yeah. Let me show you. See? Blue.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. It's their most extreme flavor yet.
Ooh, a furnace for your taste buds, a sun flare for your face. Sensory experience so intense it may be our most extreme flavor yet. This sounds like 5 Gum, like those fucking those old commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll feel something. Oh, stimulate your senses is what it was.
Yeah.
I hated those commercials. This thing is just stupid. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever tried any ones other than the Fuego ones.
Yeah, I know that Devin loves the Fuegos.
I mean, they're good.
Yeah. But Devin also doesn't like spicy food, so.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah. I want to try the guacamole one. I want to see how it tastes.
It's probably just a slightly less spicy, because I mean it's probably got a lime in it still, right? And some jalapeno, and I doubt it tastes anything like guacamole. It's just
I like how
green.
they put vitamin A, calcium, vitamin C, and iron, and it's all 0%.
Nice.
What's the point of that?
I like that you always see this on like chip bags and stuff. It's made in a facility that may also use soy, wheat, and eggs. They don't know for sure if the facility that they own uses these ingredients in other things. They don't know what they're making.
Well, it may use it. So if you have an allergic reaction,
I get that it's like covering their ass, but it's like in the smallest way possible. You're like, hey, by the way, this might have this. So if you have an allergic reaction, it says it on the bag. Don't be stupid and buy it.
Yeah. I feel like it's a yes or no question, not a maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's your facility. What do you do? I've never heard of that company. Barcel USA. Interesting.
Taki Hot Nuts?
I've never heard of any of these fucking brands.
I've never seen these candies before.
Fuck am I looking at?
I've seen these.
I've seen these.
Yeah.
Coronado, though.
I don't think I've seen those.
Yeah, that's weird.
Popcorn? No, I haven't seen those.
Go to was it artisan kettle or artisan style kettle cooked? What the fuck is that? Nope, never seen it.
Yeah.
Never. Are we sure this is a US company? I mean, it says USA, but are we sure?
I don't know.
Sticks. I remember Sticks. No, I'm thinking of Stacks. Never mind.
Nope, never seen it. So I've only seen 2 out of the 9 products that they sell.
It's not very good outreach. I bet they all taste the same too. I bet they're all just fucking Taki flavored. Look at this Fuego. Like it's got to be just Takis.
Yep.
This is a normal chip. That's so annoying.
This one has 2% calcium.
Percent calcium.
1 serving, 410 milligrams of sodium. I think that's enough salt, right?
410? I'd be happy at 420, I think. California supply chain. Go to that one. Oh, you're part of Bimbo. Interesting. I guess that kind of makes sense. Wait,
yeah,
our suppliers are required to act in accordance with all applicable federal, state, and local foreign laws, rules, and regulations, including laws addressing human trafficking and slavery? Interesting that you have to put that there. I'm glad they don't support human trafficking and slavery. Interesting. Let's see what kind of jobs they got there. Ooh, regional key account manager. Oh, where are these at? Hold on, let's go location.
See if there's anything in California.
Los Angeles. San Francisco. Boom. San Jose. What's up? Sacramento? No, it says Scranton. Never mind. I can read. Why are there 2 Scranton, Pennsylvanias? Scranton, Pennsylvania. Scranton, Pennsylvania. Scranton, Pennsylvania. What? Seattle, Washington. Seattle, Washington. I guess maybe they have 2 locations down there. Oh, there's Sacramento.
There we go. What else do we have? Fullerton, Fresno. I think that's it.
Wow, they got a lot of
Just 2 locations. No, 1 location, 2 jobs. Operation sales support.
Operational sales support. Interesting. Well, hey, if anyone's looking for a new job, I mean, here you go. Who doesn't want to be operational sales support west at Barcel USA? You can sell Takis, bro. I could not think of anything easier to sell to middle schoolers. Wow, you need a bachelor's in administration, statistics, or analytics. Wow.
Master degree is desired.
Ooh, God damn.
7 and 10 years preferred.
5 years.
5 years experience.
Sales level. Oh my God. Oh, in the
Travel.
Okay. Travel domestic up to 50%. You can spend half the year traveling? I don't know how I feel about this. Why does it say road warrior?
Where?
Travel percentage road warrior.
Level experienced.
This is not for the faint of heart. This is serious.
Level management.
Nice. Oh, this one only needs a bachelor's degree.
5 years in sales.
Manager or marketing bachelor's. Interesting. Proven DSD experience. Do you know what DSD is?
No.
I don't know what DSD is either. Something tells me that we know a certain someone that can get this job. Direct store delivery. Interesting.
Huh. Who?
I see. Okay. So it's like selling to retailers.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's like a door-to-door salesman.
Dude, I'll fucking apply for it, Wayne. See if they get back to you. Why not?
I already have a job.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't just jokingly apply for another.
I'll apply for the operations. You can apply for the divisional sales.
Dude, I'm not good at sales. I can't do that. I've had people try to like dumb down sales for me. I'm gonna say this one time. It's not the idea behind selling that's hard. It's the act of actually pushing someone to buy something. Closing a sale is what I can't do. I get that these people are calling me. Clearly they want the product because they're calling me, right? So half the job's already done. You don't have to tell me that. I get that. I need 100% of the job to be done when they come to me.
Before you come to me, just have everything done.
Yeah, dude, you come to me with your fucking credit card ready.
Yep.
I was not sales. I worked a cash register, and you can tell. How come you didn't go with sales, Wayne? I mean, you were doing sales at Fry's, right?
I am in sales.
I mean, you are now, but like
Yeah.
your past few positions weren't in sales.
Oh no, because sales takes too much time.
What do you mean?
Takes too much time out of my day. Like I don't have any free time, especially now.
But if that was your only job, right? It obviously wouldn't take time out of your day because that is your day.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm at work at like, I don't know, 10, 11 hours. But that's okay. Clock that OT.
You get OT and commission. What's
Yeah.
the problem here? I see zero problems.
I'm at work all the time.
What else are you gonna do?
Nothing. Stay at home.
All right, let's go to this first topic you got here, Wayne. You wanted to talk about this stuff last week, but last week was that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's this first one you sent me? Criminal charges dismissed against Gimbala Mirage GT owner who went on viral wrecking spree in Manhattan. This is that Asian dude, right? That rich Asian dude?
Yeah. So I don't know if I think many people have known about this. It's like it went out. It spread like wildfire when it happened. So Ben Chen, also known as Benjamin Chen.
I think you said that backwards. Benjamin Chen, also known as Ben Chen.
Yeah, there we go. So he has an Instagram, and his Instagram handle is BC. So I've been following him for a couple years now. He's always had amazing cars like Aventador SVs, to this beautiful 1 out of 24 Gambala GTs, and a bunch of other Porsches as well. But I would say like a month or 2 months ago, I guess he was driving through Manhattan and like downtown, and I guess he was under the influence.
Bro, this happened like a year ago.
Did it really?
The first sentence: the criminal court case against the owner of Gambala GT, whatever, went on a wrecking spree in Manhattan nearly a year ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember. It was a long time ago.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, time has flew by really fast. Ignore what I said about the 1 month ago. I meant a year ago. But yeah. So there was like photo evidence, and there's video surveillance because it's downtown Manhattan. He was driving, and I guess he hit a car and then like smashed the minivan to smithereens from the back, and then he backed up and then like continued driving down Manhattan, hitting a couple cars, and that's how the car looks from the photo that you guys see.
Nice. On a video.
Yeah.
Oof,
that's how it looks.
That's worse than the picture.
Yeah, like it's gone. Like,
yeah, things fucked.
Yeah. So yeah, recently court case threw out the case, or the DA's office threw out the case, which caused even more commotion now because so apparently in New York it's very hard to get caught for reckless driving. There's a lot of loopholes and areas you have to touch in order to get convicted. So the DA's office basically said they didn't have enough evidence to prove that it was actually him driving.
Yeah. That's weird. Yeah, I read a sentence early, a little bit further up. It says the people are moving to dismiss this matter because the case cannot be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. That's interesting.
Yeah, and there was like videos everywhere, right? Yeah,
I remember that. Like, everyone knew exactly who it was the second it happened.
Boom. Right there. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
So he like Falcon kicked that.
But the thing is, the video right below it, I mean, you can see the driver through the window. How is that beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was like people all around because we're in a digital age now, so everyone has a smartphone. So they basically they took a video of him in the car, and then they also had video of him getting out of the car, and like his face and everything. But I guess when you have powerful lawyers in New York
Fucking money.
and huh?
And a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like if you ever need a lawyer, just hire the same lawyer that Ben has.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It really makes you wonder what you
Yeah.
could get away with if you just had enough money.
Exactly. But so there were other people that I've watched that went in depth and actually like try to investigate the story. It was um some people think that the reason why he got away with it was because there wasn't anyone around, so he didn't endanger anyone. So the fact that there was no one harmed, and it was like the middle of COVID, right?
Yeah.
No one on the streets at all. Very minimal people at all, like even in Manhattan. So people are saying that that might have been why the case got thrown out, because no one got injured. It was just, I don't know, a 1 out of 24 limited edition run cars that got damaged, and a bunch of other Toyota Camrys and Siennas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you really say, right? I mean,
Nothing really.
but he's had a history of doing this, right? Like he's crashed a couple cars without a scratch on him. And
yeah,
physical and driving record.
Yeah. So he's also known for his he has a Bugatti Super Sport that is nicknamed the Panda because it has white and black, and it's also, his Bugatti was also a limited run. It's a special edition one. The name of it is a Pure Bronc. So that car has also been all around, but that car, Ben, didn't crash. Yeah.
You know, it's a problem when you have to say that he didn't crash a car.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ben also has a Lamborghini Murcielago SV, which is like super rare to have one. The backstory behind that was Sunset GT is an event. I believe it was Sunset GT. Please don't quote me on that, but it was one of the events in LA. He was not invited, and he didn't register to be in it. Yeah, I guess he just assumed that since he has a super nice and rare car, he can just show up at the meet and be granted a pass to come in. So he went, try to get a spot, but they got kicked. They basically kicked him out, and he got mad. So he ended up hitting a car during his little road rage, and there are pictures floating around of him just standing in front of his car. The front end was smashed. Doesn't look too bad. Looks a lot like just I would say like front end damage. But that was one of them. He also crashed a McLaren 12C during a rally.
Nice.
He smashed it against a storage unit. Like the storage unit was just crumbled, and his car was just like stuck there.
Nice.
And then the other one would be his Mercedes CLK GTR, which is 1 out of 2.
Yeah. CLK GTRs are not, they're nothing to shake your head at.
Yeah.
If it's 1 of 2, I would imagine it was a roadster, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So there are videos.
No, you just said regular. Still, I mean, that's crazy.
Come on, who does that? Like right there is when he scratched it.
God
like,
damn, 3 wheels.
You can hear it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Like I know the man has money, but come on,
That's ridiculous.
that's like one of the things you don't disrespect is nice cars that
I mean,
are rare.
it's different when it comes to rare, but that is literally like
Yeah,
that is racing history that he's driving. Like that
yeah,
is crazy.
yeah. So there's that. I think his CLK. So there were 25 CLKs. But there were only 2 grand super sports.
Mm.
Yeah, so he has one of the 2, which is crazy. I don't even want to know how much he got it for, but yeah.
Yeah.
He also has a Porsche. I think a 911 94 year 94 Porsche 911 Turbo S package car, which is close to like $1 million. So he has that as one of his cars. That car he did not like damage at all. Surprisingly. Ben is also, he was co-owner of Gold Rush Rally. I don't know if you know about that. Yeah, they do like they do exotic races, exotic rallies across the US. Very similar to Gumball.
Yeah.
But Gumball is like continent, while Gold Rush is just mainly in the US.
I don't think the Gumball Rally still exists anymore. Like at least in the same form that it used to back then.
What do you mean?
Like I think they've pretty much gone, and either it's not the same as it was before, or they've just completely stopped doing it. Because I haven't heard anything about that thing in years.
Gumball's still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, their next event is in well, it's supposed to be in 2020, but yeah, but it's postponed right now. But yeah, they still do Gumball. There's a couple YouTubers that I watch. They still do it. So their next event is in May of 2022.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going from Toronto, Canada, to Indy 500, to Nashville, and then to Atlanta, then to Miami.
Interesting. Okay. You're just going south towards the eastern side of the country. That's cool.
Yeah. One of their sponsors is Hot Wheels.
Yeah. I mean, I've always wanted to do something similar to that, like a rally of that style, or that size rather, because I've done a rally before. It was fun, but it really depends on the people that you go with, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
A lot of those kind of rally communities are really tight knit, and you know, coming as an outsider isn't like the most impossible thing to do, but you got to take the right person with you, right? Because you're gonna need like a co-driver, and I did not take the right person, so I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would.
And the cost of Gumball 3000 is like the entry fee is like $8,700.
Yeah, it's not cheap. Do you ever do you know Mischief TV? Do you know who that is? He used to make DVDs way back in the day.
The name sounds really familiar.
Yeah, it was these 2 dudes that like faked their way into the Gumball back in like, I don't know, I want to say like 04.
Oh yes, like Mischief 1 and yeah.
That's when I first learned about the Gumball, and I always thought it was super cool after that. I think that year at Gumball they basically did what's it called? What's that fucking thing called? Where they go from coast to coast? Cannonball. I think they basically did the Cannonball that year.
Yeah.
Started in New York and they ended somewhere in LA, I think.
Yeah.
it's something I would like to do in theory, but like that's some commitment that I don't think I've got.
Yeah, the cannonball run is also pretty cool to do.
Yeah,
But
there's the world's fastest diesel time is held by a Passat TDI. That's it.
so gonna break that record or what?
Absolutely not. The back of his car is full of fuel cells. He stopped for gas like 3 times.
28 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
He
Some
beat
dude on Facebook. He's in all the Passat groups too. It's hilarious.
Sean G. Yeah, he beat the previous record for diesels, more than 3 hours.
Yeah, dude. Passat's no joke. What's up?
Damn, he averaged 25.5 miles a gallon at
That's
100 miles
crazy,
an hour.
right? That's fucking insane.
At 100 miles an hour.
The only way you
Jesus
get
Christ.
faster than that is to maybe drive with a tuned one, but then your gas mileage would go down.
Yeah. I don't know. That's crazy. There's also a semi-autonomous vehicle record as well.
Really?
Yeah. In October 2015, they did a 2,995 mile journey in 57 hours and 48 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I remember there was when COVID, the lockdown first started, a lot of people were going out and trying to like go for records doing that. I wouldn't say a lot of people, but more people than normal. And
Yeah.
I think as a whole, a lot of the gumball community just weren't supporting those times because they were like taking advantage of
Yeah.
the current climate,
Yeah.
which is interesting. I think that's pretty cool to see like that kind of sportsmanship. But also like it's just a fucking drive, dude. Like who's really tripping that much? Like, yeah. I think it would be cool to drive cross country no matter how long it took. I wouldn't try to go for the fastest time. Obviously, I'd be in a car that works and is drivable. But I think it'd be a cool experience. You know.
Yeah. We can take a, go to like Hertz or something. Rent a car and be like, I'll bring us across to like New York City for you.
Yeah.
For how much? I'll do it for free.
Just pay for gas, food, and lodging. We're good.
Exactly. Just be like, I'm helping you out.
Yeah. Oh, someone bought this car in New York? Don't worry, I got you. Tell me you'll have
Here's
it
my
in
number.
like 2 weeks.
Here's my number. Just let me know whenever it happens. I'll be there. Yeah. That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah. Do you see yourself ever doing a big road trip like that? Like, what's the furthest you've driven?
Vegas.
Vegas. Okay, that's like what, 9-10 hours?
Yeah, so we drove oh no. That I've driven, right?
Yeah, that you've driven.
Yeah, it'll be LA and then LA to Vegas and then Vegas back home. Yeah. The longest road trip that I sat in was from here, California, the Bay Area, to Tijuana, Mexico.
Yeah, that's the longest one I've sat in, I think. The longest one I've driven is to the border of Mexico, I think. I like long drives, but we just don't go on many. When did you go to Vegas? And who
3 years ago
with?
I went with a few cousins and my parents. We went to CES of Vegas.
So you went to the AVN Awards, got it.
I mean,
yeah.
I was able to drink, so.
You were 21 by then?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
How much of it did you drive?
So I didn't drive the way down to LA. I
Mhm.
drove the LA to Vegas part.
Okay, it's like the
Yeah.
3-hour drive or 4-hour, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like snowing. It was really weird. But
Yeah, the one thing I'll never do is drive to Vegas. Probably, I'm willing to drive further, but I just don't want to go to Vegas. I think I'm
it's
in my life when
I'd
Vegas.
rather fly.
It's like what, like a $50 fucking flight, and it's like an hour long. Like, why would
Mhm.
you drive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think we rented a car from Hertz, I think, or something like that.
yeah.
Because apparently you can also rent cars from like dealerships.
Oh,
Yeah.
like loaner cars, but like for actual renting.
Yeah, because we went to Toyota to see if we can rent a Sienna. But we can only, their rental agreement was only in California. And since we're going to Vegas, it wasn't allowed.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But it was like, I think it was like less than $1,000 for a week of rent.
Wow.
Unlimited miles.
Wow, that's
So,
not bad.
yeah. But they didn't allow outside California, so
Yeah.
well.
We
got a town and country.
I've always been really jealous of my brother because he's done a couple of those road trips. He did Phoenix to back home, and he did Portland to back home, which I could do that, no problem. Like it's like a weekend. But the one that I was really jealous of him, he did El Paso to here in the Bay Area, like back home. He flew out to El Paso, bought a car. It was a, oh shoot, what year is it? It was maybe like a '73 Dodge Coronet, and he flew out to what wasn't a Coronet? What was it? I don't remember. '73 Plymouth, some shit. I don't know. It was some like super old, fucking American muscle car, like big body,
That's tight.
huge motor. He flew out there and just drove it back from El Paso. He did it in a day.
Damn.
That was that. Yeah. That would have been cool. He still says the best breakfast burrito he ever had was in New Mexico on that trip. Yeah, that trip must have been fun. I've always been jealous of that kind of stuff. You know, just kind of
So
go
we're
as
gonna
far
buy a
as you
car in
can and
Mexico,
just come
or
back.
you're gonna buy a car in Texas?
Dude, I'm down, honestly. Although you got to go to a really dry part of Texas where there's no snow. I don't know if that exists.
And then drive by Chris's house.
Yeah, I know a couple people that live in Texas now. Aaron was thinking about moving to Texas for a while, actually. That would
What
kind of
part?
suck.
Houston?
No, I think he was thinking about moving somewhere. Not El Paso. Maybe I think he was thinking San Antonio. But yeah, I mean that requires finding a job out there. Basically, that'll be willing to relocate you.
Yeah.
You ever see yourself
That's crazy.
out of the Bay?
I really want to live in LA.
I went through that phase of my life too. When I was in college,
Yeah.
I just wanted to live in LA.
I don't know, the city life is very nice.
Yeah.
That's probably one thing. But I want to travel. I want to see different parts of the US. Like, I want to go to Louisiana for their food, and Chicago for their deep dish pizzas.
That's also food.
Yep. And New York for their diversity of food.
Yeah, no, I don't see myself ever leaving the Bay Area. I mean, obviously, if a good opportunity comes up, there's no reason to pass up on it, right? Just because you want to live somewhere. But
Yeah.
I don't see it as something I'm going to seek, because I've thought about living in LA and I've thought about living in SoCal and things. I think the only place I'd really be happy in SoCal would probably be somewhere like Long Beach. It's a little bit more slower paced and kind of just away from everything.
Yeah, but in Long Beach, you can't buy liquor like normal.
Yeah, and Long Beach isn't exactly the nicest place in the world. So San Diego would be cool, but once again, that's another big city. And I can't live somewhere where street parking is necessary. I need to be able to pull into a parking lot. And I will fucking sit for 15 minutes waiting for someone to leave, but it has to be a parking lot. I'm not running laps around a block to find a fucking spot just to go to a store. That's just not happening. And
Yeah.
parking somewhere and then realizing 15 minutes later that, oh shit, I'm not supposed to be parked here, I'm gonna get a ticket. That's not something I'm gonna do. No fucking way.
That's the best part, though.
I hate that, dude. It's so dumb. Oh my god.
The rush of adrenaline.
Parking tickets are like the worst things in the world. I fucking hate it.
Yeah. The other topic, we have 3, but
But take your pick. Which one you want?
I don't know. Since it's 2 of us, we can talk about F1.
Okay.
Yeah. Since you know a little bit more than me.
It's like literally like that much more. Like I know bare minimum for F1.
Like I like watching F1. I feel like F1 has a lot more excitement than watching what was that? NASCAR?
Yeah.
But I feel like they're kind of like the same thing. They're still going in laps, you know.
I mean,
but-
that's all racing though.
Yeah. Yeah. But NASCAR is just a circle.
Yeah.
But F1 just has I like the background of F1. I like the cars and the people behind the driving machines and
Yeah.
also the teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F1 I think is a really interesting spot because given that there's 27 seats or something like that. I don't know. It's obviously not 27 because they're all 2 seats per team, so it can't be an odd number. But I think it's like 24 seats or something like that. So like the people that come into the sport are obviously, and the people that stay in the sport, they're obviously very good at what they do, and they're well known for that. And because it's such a small field, you can get to know drivers individually and kind of, it's a bit more personal. Whereas when you go into NASCAR and there's like, I don't know, a starting grid of like 50 people, you know, you really only know the people that win the races. You don't give a shit about the rest, right?
Yeah.
I think F1's really, really personal. And like, I prefer like IMSA and, GT racing, like FIA GT racing. I really prefer that style because I like the tracks they run on better. But it's the same problem, it's not personal with the drivers. You don't really know the people. You can follow a driver, but like, it's just kind of hard to get into. You're just like, okay, who am I going to root for? Who do I need to do more research on? When F1, you don't really need to do much research because, there's
not that many people.
If they're a rookie in the sport, you've probably followed them from another, from F2, or if you're really diehard, you follow them from karting. But
I feel like it's just like FD then.
Yeah, it's similar. They both have formula in the name, but no, it's weird because people that are like really have been really into it for a long time, they'll always prefer the older drivers that have been in it for a while, and then there's people that come in because they know the rookies. So it is very similar. Yeah.
So there's this article with Road and Track, and the title says, "We wanted to believe this rumor that Audi and Porsche will enter F1." A little backstory. So each year, F1 has a budget cap, and every year it's been going down, right? I think last year was like 150, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't actually know what the budget limits have always been. I know that they weren't always there. I know that, but
Yeah.
budget caps are an interesting kind of playing field when it comes to F1 because, like with a lot of different kinds of racing, but I think with F1 specifically, there's a lot of politics that go into it because
Yeah.
there's like a constructors championship, and there's people using other people's engines and stuff like that. So it's interesting. But yeah,
Yeah,
budget caps.
Yeah, because I know the next year's season, 2022, they came out with some rules, and some of the rules were that they're cutting the overall percentage of downforce created by their cars by 10%, so that other teams who are less funded are able to have the advantage. And also, their teams are not allowed to use other teams like engines or same chassis design and whatnot. Another thing is that you have a like, if you look at the roster of which teams won last season, and this upcoming season, they used the last season's brackets to basically give time in a way that the teams that are number one last season get less time to do like aerodynamic testing, dyno testing, than the teams that are like last place or second to last or third to last. They have even more time to do research. But that's kind of where I get confused, because I thought that each team has like their own like wind tunnel testing, like their own. I didn't know that they have like set schedules of like testing their product and doing changes.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the development side, and that's interesting. I mean, I don't know if they've been doing that or what, but I mean, it kind of, I don't know how I feel about it, because you give, obviously the people on top were Mercedes and Red Bull, as that has been for years now, but you give them less time to develop a car. They're still starting with the same base chassis. If they had the short amount of time, they could still start with the same base chassis and make the necessary changes. In which case they'll still have a competitive car. Whereas these lower tiered teams, I don't think it's really a time issue.
I think it was like the more of the development of money. I think the biggest issue was money.
Because it always has been,
because like Mercedes, they have Mercedes backing them, right? So money's like a gold mine. And then Red Bull and Honda and Aston Martin, like three big companies. And like the third one is what? I think Ferrari.
So it was. But then the previous season, I think there was kind of a Ferrari had a little bit of a down season. So
2020 constructor standings.
Yeah.
Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, Racing Point, Renault, I think, and then Ferrari. Yeah, so Ferrari was number 6.
Renault, which is now Alpine.
Yeah, and then there was like this huge.
Sorry, you cut out.
Huh?
What was the last thing you said? You cut out.
Ferrari was number 6.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and then there was like this big like argument that Racing Point copied like Mercedes or something. Yeah.
So if you haven't watched Drive to Survive on Netflix, you definitely should. Obviously, you don't really want to start at the beginning because that's from, I think, the 2018 season, 2017 season, one of those two. so it's pretty far off, but it'll give you a kind of a good understanding of how the sport works. So I'd suggest watching all 3 seasons straight through. But they had
Yeah.
a whole episode devoted to the Racing Point team, and their cars were pink, and they nicknamed them the Pink Mercedes because they look so much like the previous season's Mercedes cars. And what they did admit to was purchasing brake duct designs from Mercedes because they had a list of parts that were it was like prohibited to be able to share the details on this list of parts.
Mm-hmm.
Brake ducts weren't on that list, so they paid Mercedes to get the designs of those brake ducts. And so they, in their eyes, that was their argument. They're like, we did it all legal. This was allowed. We paid the money for it. These are now, they shared these designs with us. And so they got fined for for their brake ducts, but it was also deemed not against the rules, so they were able to use them for the rest of the season. So it was really interesting, this kind of like weird dynamic, which was like, if they did nothing wrong, why were they fined? And clearly they didn't do anything wrong because they're allowed to still use these brake ducts. So it's like, they couldn't decide whether they were at fault or not. It's like, make up your fucking mind. But the thing is that when they went to protest it, they had to pick a design. Like when another team went to protest the car to the FIA, they had to pick a certain part of the car that needed to be inspected by the FIA, and they went with brake ducts. So the question stands: if they picked a different part, would it then be an issue?
Yeah.
It's one of one of those things that just makes you think, keeps you up at night sometimes.
Yeah.
In 20 years, I'll be sitting in my bed at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Go, for the 2020 season, was Racing Point's car really a Mercedes?
It was a clone.
Yeah.
Everything was off by like a millimeter. Yeah. But yeah, the video that I watched about the things that are changing for 2022. So I guess each team gets 2 tokens for the whole season on things that they can change. So I'd say yeah, but like the whole token,
like mid-season changes to their chassis, or like what?
Yeah. So you only get 2 tokens, right?
Right.
So let's say you want to change one of your axles. So your right axle is 1 token.
Mm-hmm.
Your left axle is your token, another token.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So it's like every small part. Like if you want to change like your brake caliper, your right front brake caliper, that's 1 token. You want to change your front left, that's another token.
That's interesting. So they're pretty much always guaranteed to use the 2 tokens if they want to change something.
Yeah, but
unless
you have
they're
to
going to change like their nose cone design, which I think is mandated by the FIA, so I don't think they can.
Yeah, but you have to like be smart about what you want to change, because you only get 2, and if you use it on brake calipers, the front pair, that's just 2 right there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. And apparently Mercedes already used their 2. Oh no, I think they said they did use their 2, but you can't. It's nothing like to the body. The body looks completely the same, so it's most likely from something else. And then Racing Point said that they also did theirs as well. So some of the teams like publicly announce what they did
for this
for their 2 tokens. Yeah, but Mercedes, of course, being the winners, they're not sharing anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that we're talking about this tonight because this weekend is the first race of the season at Bahrain, and well, I was just at my brother's house watching practice too. Yeah, I mean, you expect to see Hamilton and Bottas in first and second, and it's interesting because teams are competitive these last 2 years that you wouldn't really expect to see competitive
Mhm.
Things that are like cars that you're more used to seeing, like mid-tier cars, or like midfield cars, are kind of going a little bit faster, right? Like McLaren being number 3 in constructors last year.
Yeah, which is
Crazy.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is a midfield car, but it's right up there in top 3 of constructors. That's largely due to Ferrari just having such a trash year, but it's interesting to see all these different rule changes and stuff, and that's kind of just why F1's appealing to a lot of people, I think. So I think once you get down into like the rules and the nitty gritty of it, you get kind of bitten by the bug, and you just kind of want to know more, and then you want to see how things play out. So then you watch the races, and you follow the constructors championship, which I think at this point is more interesting than the drivers championship, in my opinion, because I mean, who's gonna do really well, unless Hamilton does some dumb shit. Hamilton's gonna win 90% of the time, and if it's not Hamilton, it's gonna be fucking Verstappen. Fuck that guy. And if it's not one of those two, it's gonna be Bottas, or there's like 3 or 4 drivers who are just like, okay, well, you guys are gonna end up on first and second and third. Honestly, I think at this point, third is what is a gamble, and I think is most interesting about the sport.
Yeah. Wasn't Mercedes? Oh no, wasn't Ferrari like really good back in the day?
Yeah, Ferrari's been staple in F1. I mean, when Schumacher was with Ferrari, I mean, they were fucking they were all over it. And then then came Red Bull and Mercedes, and it's just kind of you get in these kind of patterns where, like, for some reason it's just hitting on all cylinders for these manufacturers. And it's interesting because you get these midfield cars that are using the same engines as the other cars that are winning the races, and you're just like, okay, clearly it's down to the chassis development, and that's kind of where gaps start to form, and you can kind of learn a little bit more between the cars. But yeah, seriously, if you get a chance, dude, watch Drive to Survive. It's a great show. It makes it really easy to digest, and if you weren't into F1 before you start watching that show, you're gonna be into F1 by the time you're done.
Yeah. And then after you guys watch it, let us know.
Yeah. And let us know who
what you guys think about it
is for this current season, because there's a lot of new additions to shake things up. A couple of drivers came up from F2. Number 1, namely Mick Schumacher, Michael Schumacher's son. He's racing for Haas this year, and going based on practice. I don't know if it's the car or if it's his skills that just aren't up to it, but he's right back where Haas was last year. So
Mick Schumacher.
Yeah.
Damn, he's 22. Haas and Ferrari. That's his team.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's cool because when you're watching the races, they have the little it's called the order, like the racing order that's like live updating throughout the race. They have the 3 little initials for their names. Mick Schumacher's is the same as Michael Schumacher's. It's MSC. Cool little homage to his dad. But yeah, there's a couple new drivers, and there's a couple old ones you might want to follow. Like Lando Norris, I'm sure he's going to be doing amazing this year. So yeah, I think this year's going to be a really, really good season of F1. And I think if there's going to be a good year to start, it'd probably be this one, especially with the new edition of F1 or Drive to Survive on Netflix. Kind of gives you a little buffer to get into it, and then you can just watch the highlights. Honestly, is what I can recommend. Watch the highlights. It'll show you all the big moments, the good overtakes, and the finishing order.
Yeah, I really want to see what teams can do, especially now with the new rule that it's cutting 10% of the overall downforce.
Yeah, that's next season, right?
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah, 2022 season.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I think as long as you're not a Mercedes fan, I think what you want to see is you want to see the grid shaken up a little bit. And you want to see a bit more competition up front.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I want to see. I don't really have a favorite team, but I just Mercedes just blows everyone out the water.
Yeah.
If you look at the 2022 constructor standing, Mercedes at like 573 and in first place. Second
Yeah.
place is Red Bull at 319.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see more battles.
But yeah, if you want to start kind of learning a little bit more about F1, Drive to Survive will kind of introduce you to all the different drivers and the teams that are on and where the teams stand, and it kind of gets you in the feeling a little bit. You kind of just pick who you want to, you know, who's a little bit more understandable as a driver, because I mean, these are F1 drivers, you know, they're fastest in the world, they're quickest, you know, out there, so they got massive fucking egos, so it's kind of hard to like some of them.
Massive.
Yeah, and also you get to know the race directors or the team directors, which is really interesting because some of those guys are some characters for sure. I hate to admit it, but I really like the Mercedes team director, Toto Wolff. There's something about the way the dude carries himself. I like. It's funny and like charismatic. It's good. I like it. Yeah, Mercedes shouldn't be winning anymore. I mean, they've just won too many at this point.
Yeah.
Last year might have been what, like their 15th season in a row or some shit like that. I don't know, dude. It's ridiculous.
Let's see. So if they've won, their race entered 228. They've won 7 constructors and 9 drivers. Ever since 2015, they just run back to back. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, and then constructors, they run 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Just back to back.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You want to see some change, right? You don't want to keep seeing Mercedes up there. Fuck those guys. Honestly, I don't really care for Lewis Hamilton. You know, he's it's hard to humanize him. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I like the backstory with Lewis.
Yeah. There's a couple heartfelt backstories in F1 right now. Which is it's kind of weird the way F1's trending. You know, they're trending younger and younger. It's just like some of these guys. I mean, they're fucking like 19 years old when they start driving F1. It's like, holy shit, dude! Like, I could barely fucking downshift when I was 19. Like, that's fucking crazy.
They're driving like multi-million-dollar vehicles that.
Yeah, and they're also super not tall. They're like 5'7", 5'8" you know? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like we were talking about this earlier at Jamil's house, but it's like I don't know if you know this, but like gymnastics, I think this is a fact. I don't know that it is, so don't quote me on this. I think it stunts growth if you're doing gymnastics from a young age.
Well, I think it's any sport that you do a little bit overboard, you stunt growth.
Yeah. So go-karting definitely does that because these motherfuckers are not tall. And they all started go-karting.
Yeah, but I also feel like if you're too tall, how are you gonna fit in the cockpit?
I'm sure they fucking make you fit. I think there's one dude on the grid that's like 6 foot tall or something like that. He still fucking fits in the car. I mean, it's probably like, all those just G forces and just fucking feeling. I mean, go-karts don't have suspension, right? So you're fucking just bouncing on a plastic seat, which I'm sure just compresses your spine so much. And on top of all the G forces, I bet if you just gave those dudes like a back rug, they would just like spring to like 7 feet tall. Ridiculous.
Like Lewis Hamilton.
Exactly. He's actually pretty short.
Yeah, he's 5'9".
Yeah, that's average. I mean, that's an average height.
George Russell, 6'1".
Yeah, he's the tall one. I'm taller than Lewis Hamilton.
Alex Albon.
He's not in F1 anymore.
Yeah, but he's 6'1".
Oh man, it's such a sad
Nico Rosberg.
Nico and Kiki, father and son, by the way, do a Heineken commercial now, which is, I think, the weirdest thing ever. 2 F1 champions, and for some reason they're doing Heineken commercials.
Hey man, money talks.
Apparently Heineken has the money.
Yeah, George Russell, I think he was one of the people that I've watched like a small documentary on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a rabbit hole getting into like all the drivers and their pasts. It really is.
Daniel Ricciardo, he's 5'11".
He's had a tough couple of years since he
was at Red Bull, right? And then he
was
on Mercedes.
No, he's at McLaren right now.
Oh, yeah, McLaren Mercedes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Chassis.
So how does that work?
So it's I think McLaren's running a Mercedes motor, but it's a McLaren chassis. Yeah. It's kind of it's Haas Ferrari. It's a Ferrari motor, Haas chassis.
Interesting.
Do not quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it works.
Yeah, because I know that he was pretty good with Red Bull.
He was. He wasn't. I mean, Red Bull put their money in Max Verstappen, and so Daniel had to go, and he had someone else replace him. I don't remember who it was. Pierre Gasly, I think, replaced him. And then Gasly got demoted to Toro Rosso, which is now AlphaTauri. And then Alex Albon came in halfway through the season in Toro Rosso, or in Red Bull, in replace of him. And then they let him. He lost his seat at the end of the season. I think he's going to DTM now. I don't know, dude. It's when seats change, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah. Oh, so Daniel replaced Carlos, who signed a multi-year deal with Ferrari.
Yeah, Carlos went to Ferrari.
Yeah. And
I think Vettel went to Alpine, which was Renault.
Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah.
He went to Aston.
That's what it was. Something with fucking A. I don't know, dude.
He was a Ferrari guy, right?
He was in Ferrari, yeah. And then they decided to not re-up on him.
Ouch.
Yeah. There's a moment in Drive to Survive. It's pretty awkward. Because
it's that awkward moment when your team is like,
Yeah. And Sebastian Vettel, he's kind of like, if you followed him for a long time, he's kind of just, I don't know how to describe him other than he just kind of he's a little, he stretches the rules a little bit. Like he kind of just likes to have fun and mess around and kind of stretch the rules and just, and they were meeting with fans like virtually, and it was him and Charles Leclerc, And the fans were asking Charles why he didn't have his clothing line, and like he had said that he wanted to start. And Sebastian was like, "Well, it's because we have this sponsor here." He says Puma. They basically told him to fuck off, and he was like, "I'm not supposed to say that, but I'm gone at the end of the season, so who cares?" And it was just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Someone was salty. Damn. If there was one team, like, okay, so I know that Mercedes signed Lewis for another year, but what if Mercedes didn't?
You mean like, what if they went into another
Another
driver?
Yeah.
I don't think Lewis would have a problem getting another seat. I think the biggest problem with that would be his personal choice, right? Because I mean, he's been on the top for so long. You never really want, like, as a driver, at least I can imagine, especially at that caliber, you don't want to be put in a position where you're not able to win races the way that you know that you can, you know? Because if you're put in a midfield car, despite your abilities, sometimes you outgrow the car, right? The car's just not up to being as fast as you are. I think that's the situation that Hamilton would find him in. But I think the second he went on the market as an open driver, I don't doubt that any team would have loved to have him on.
So do you think it's Lewis that's the reason why McLaren is winning, or it's the technology that Mercedes has plus Hamilton that's giving them the edge over everyone else?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Yeah.
Because I feel like Lewis has always been on the spotlight.
He has. And,
right? Because when he first started with McLaren, was it McLaren or was it Honda?
I don't remember.
I think it was Honda McLaren, right?
Long ago. It was probably Honda McLaren. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when he first started, like he was all the hype. Because I think McLaren gave him like a shot in F1. Don't quote me on that too, but
basically don't quote us on anything that we have said because we don't know nearly enough about F1 to be talking this much about F1, but we are anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I guess because of Honda has some like pretty shitty motors before, like they'll just blow up, and you know, and then after a while, Lewis went to, I think he went to somewhere else, another team before Mercedes, I think.
Let's find out.
Lewis Hamilton. Let's see. No, he went from McLaren from 2007 to 2012.
Yeah, and then he went to Mercedes.
And then, yeah, from 2013 to present time. But yeah.
Wait a minute. Was this motherfucker knighted?
Yeah.
What the fuck? He's Sir Lewis Hamilton? I never knew that.
He also has a fellowship of the Royal Academy of Engineering Award.
What the fuck?
And a most excellent order of the British Empire. So he's a sir.
Jesus Christ, dude. I had no idea about that. That's crazy. My God.
But I also feel like it's so Lewis has skill.
Yes. I mean, that's undoubtedly so at this point.
Yeah. But I feel like the reason why Mercedes has been able to grow and be this strong at this magnitude is partly because of how good Lewis is. Because I think, right, if the more races you win, the more money you generate. I assume, right? And more money means more money that you can put back into research and development to make your vehicles better and stronger than everyone else.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of goes back to your point that everything goes hand in hand. But
yeah, it's only a certain percentage of the driver. The rest of it, I mean, you gotta have a good car under you, right?
Yeah, but then you also need a good driver
exactly
to get sponsors and to get money into the door. So I don't know if like Lewis went to like Red Bull could have been good too.
Yeah, I think first of all, I don't think Red Bull would ever have Lewis, but I think if they did, I think Red Bull would be damn near unstoppable.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the livery on Red Bull.
Of Red Bull cars?
Yeah, I like the reddish.
I've always been more of an Aston guy, especially the last few seasons. The livery on the Aston cars look really good.
Let me see.
I'll tell you what looks absolutely terrible. I don't care what anyone says. The McLaren cars, that fucking bright orange, I hate it. Oh my god, it looks so bad. That and Racing Point always looked bad. When it was Force India, it looked terrible too. But no,
McLaren just looks like they just like ran out of time at designing, and they're just like,
yeah. They were just like, we have to design this car. Oh, so fuck it, go with the Golf livery. Except they got it a little bit wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. Mercedes looks nice.
Mercedes is cool, yeah.
Ferrari looks nice. Ferrari, I mean, it's always
Ferrari's
red.
cheating though. I mean, yeah. What else would look good other than a red race car, right?
Yeah, I like the old school Ferrari with the Marlboro.
Yeah, there was like a whole big thing where like they didn't want to have nicotine sponsors and F1 anymore.
Yeah,
Donut Media made a big video on that, right?
Yeah. I don't know if they are still. Do you know if they are?
That's a good question. I actually don't know. Yeah, Marlboro also sponsored McLaren back in, I want to say like 80s. Senna's infamous McLaren race car was with the MP12 something, but it was that was Marlboro livery as well. So
yes, Marlboro is still sponsoring them.
Oh yeah, your shell company is still sponsoring them.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Marlboro uses shell companies to sponsor F1.
Yeah, because they're not technically allowed to as nicotine company.
Yeah, but they always get caught, so Marlboro keep on making shell companies so that they can sponsor.
I mean,
and then
shit. I mean, if anyone's gonna go for the shady sponsorships, it's gonna be the Italians, right? But yeah, going back to the article, I think it would be really cool to see new manufacturers, new constructors in F1. I just don't think it's gonna happen for a while. I think. Also, it's interesting to think about the future of F1 when it comes to like, right, Volkswagen they're not doing internal combustion racing anymore. They're focusing.
Yeah, well, I think it's like the whole VAG group, right?
Yeah, and so I mean that includes Audi. I don't know if Porsche's still under them on it. I think they're independent, or not independent, but I don't think they're with Volkswagen anymore. But
I don't think they ever were they?
They were for a little bit, I think.
Huh.
I could also be wrong. It might be like a little bit back in like the 60s, but that doesn't really count. Either way,
They are
They are. Yeah. So
Yeah. Partnered
that's Porsche out too. Then. So I mean,
bag.
especially if like a lot of the funding is going to come from the manufacturer plus a little bit from sponsorships. You know, if Volkswagen's your overall your majority shareholder, you're not going in F1, which makes it interesting. It's like, how is EV going to affect Formula One? You know, because there was Formula E. I mean, there still is Formula E, and that is significantly less interesting.
Yeah, because you don't hear the sound. All you hear is
than Formula One.
weep.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
even that. It's just, it's like the caliber of the racing. I mean, I guess as technology gets better, right? I mean, I'm sure you can, in 10 years' time, you'll be able to make a Formula One equivalent car like there was today, or even faster, right? From electricity, but
Mm-hmm.
or like battery powered. But that also is like a whole new platform for people to learn. So like people starting out in go-karts now, right? Gas powered go-karts and going into F2 and all that F3, they're not going to know those chassis as well as, or they're not going to be, it's a different set of driving, you know? It's like a whole new style that you have to get used to. You got to worry less about.
But I think Audi is also stepping away from Formula E.
Really?
Yeah, there's this article. Why Audi is walking away from Formula E?
It's interesting.
Yeah. After 2021 for Le Mans.
Oh, Le Mans and Dakar. That's interesting. So they're going to keep running Le Mans. That's literally like the opposite of what Volkswagen's saying. Right? Because they're going to go back to Le Mans with their assumingly gas powered, if maybe hybrid. I think they might be hybrids actually.
Yeah, because the Audi team principal Ellen was saying that we're part of Volkswagen Group, but we cannot comment on what Porsche are doing, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But the company that owns Porsche is Volkswagen Group.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot of more cogs working around inside than we will ever know. So it's kind of hard. Everything's just going to be speculation.
Yeah. But that'd be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see, you know, new manufacturers in different motorsports. I think that'll be interesting for any type of motorsport that there is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll end it there, Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
yep.
Thank you guys for listening tonight. I know it was a little bit of a slow, kind of chill vibe compared to, I want to say 2 weeks ago. I think the last thing that I remember saying on this podcast was my poop story. So that was cool. A little bit of a change from the last episode that you heard. But I hope you enjoyed listening nonetheless. This has been Last Call Garage. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Last Call Garage. Shoot us an email if you have any topic suggestions or criticisms at lastcallgarage@gmail.com. Give us a good review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. 5 out of 5 stars, please. And I think that's it, right? Am I missing
Follow
anything?
us on YouTube as well.
Boom, there you go, YouTube. This is on Zoom, so there is a YouTube video up for this if you want to follow along the articles that we were looking at.
Subscribe and push that bell notification.
There you go. Yeah, we're not YouTubers. We don't know how to do this. But yeah, you can click the bell if you want notifications. That'd be super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for
like
listening.
The videos as well.
Oh yeah, like the videos. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening tonight, guys.
Thank you.